Hi, Sean Morris here, owner of Sean's Produce in Effingham, Illinois, showing you how to make homemade mashed potatoes. Wow! So your grocery list will consist of a 5-pound bag of Idaho potatoes. I do prefer Norcota variety, if you can get those. And then we'll need a 4-quart stock pot, 1 stick of real salted butter, 3 to 4 cups of fresh whole milk, and we will season to taste with sea salt and fresh ground pepper. That unlocks the fresh taste of the pepper when it's freshly ground. And then we will go and put our potatoes in the pan, and we will rock you. Just a scrubbed oven, our little spudding ovens. All right. Get all the dirt off. I scrubbed my sink beforehand. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, you need a knife too, just to cut these up. I like to cut them in half, cut them in half again, be careful, and then just dice them into medium-sized pieces. It's not real crucial what size they are. We just need them cut up to cook faster. And I like to leave the skin on, that way we get all the vitamins. This is also a time to do quality control. This is a nice fresh batch of potatoes, but if you do see a dark discolored area, go ahead and cut it out. Yeah, we've got some breakdown on that. Did you know that they actually store these up to 40 feet deep and aerate them to keep them fresh? They do have to put a sprout nip on them so that they don't sprout as Mother Nature tries to dictate. They need to do that. But that is, as far as we know, that is innocuous and harmless. Very little waste. That's one great thing about Idaho potatoes. The quality is just top notch. Actually pretty rare when you get any bad spots you have to cut out. Seems like I've heard this somewhere before. You get what you pay for. Yeah. Quality control. Kicking in there, doing what we do. So now we just need to add some H2O, and this is our second season. We're going to bring it up to just about cover the tops. It's alright if you don't quite go to the top, because the boiling over will take care of cooking the potatoes. Now we're just simply going to put it on the stove. So we want to set our stove to about medium high, just a little bit north of the middle at about 6 out of 10. And we're going to let these boil until they get just a little bit clearer, and that does vary. Some potatoes cook faster than others, so this should take approximately 20 to 30 minutes. It's really important to keep an eye on your food when you're cooking it. This had started to boil over, so we need to reduce the heat to about level 4. And then we're going to keep an eye on it and make sure that it cools down enough to continue cooking, but not to overflow. Let's do the fork test. Yes, they're flaking apart nicely. We did have to cook this about an extra 10 minutes for a total of approximately 40 minutes. Very carefully now, let's transport. Got a strainer here. Be very careful and go slowly so that you don't get burnt. Even the steam can burn you. And we don't actually need to pour all the potatoes out. We just need to get most of the water out. That has just about got it. We almost made it without having to even put one chunk back. That's simple. Now we will We'll add our butter, the 1 stick. And our milk. And it does vary sometimes. So we're going to start out with just 2 cups of the whole milk. So just work this in with our chopper. And that does look like that's going to be enough milk. Just a nice balance. And sometimes the potatoes are a little starchier than others, and sometimes they have a little bit more water content. We've just about got that to the consistency that we would like. So now let's go ahead and do the salt and pepper. This is about how much I usually like. Just watch. And this is up to you. That's about 12 times for our dashes of sea salt. 1, 2-diddly-doo, 3-diddly-dee, 4-diddly-door, 5-diddly-dee. Well, there's nothing that runs with that. 6 and 7, and yeah, let's leave it at 7. That's lucky, isn't it? Excellent. Oh, the pepper smells so good. That's why I really insist on grinding your own pepper, because when you taste this recipe, you're going to love it. And you're going to think to yourself, that was so simple, why didn't I think of that before? That's what you have me for. Just kind of get jiggy with it here. It's time to do the hootly to the doodly. Let me tell you now, that is just awesome. Another way to put it. Yeah, it's going to be messy. You know what? Life's messy sometimes. Let me tell you, that's good stuff.
Time Entertainment.
Sing your song while you cut your taters. I'm in love with a tater tot.